We came here for a project for my husband's job. We were supposed to be here for 2 years before we returned to our home in Texas. But it's this community, this church, this stewardship way of life that we would not leave. So I'm Carisa Perez, and I have been a parishioner here at Blessed Sacrament since 2021 when my family and I moved here from Texas. Our faith journey has been a pretty solid one. I grew up, in a very strong Christian household, attending church every week with my grandparents, with my parents, my siblings. And so faith has always been a huge part of my life. It really has been just always there, I guess. It wasn't anything that was or wasn't. It was just how I was raised. But I was not a Catholic. I was not raised Catholic. I was just raised in a non-denominational sort of Christian church, and went to college. And that very first weekend after college move-in, my college roommate invited me to come to the Catholic Student Center. And so I went into the Catholic Student Center with her and attended my first Mass. And I remember just a feeling of absolute calm coming over me and saying, oh, this is how this is supposed to go. This is right. This is where I belong. It was immediate, and I never attended another church after that. I always attended a Catholic church after that very first Mass. And I didn't convert right away. I just continued attending Mass on a weekly basis and enjoyed the service, enjoyed the tradition, and all that, comes with your Sunday services. It wasn't until I married a cradle Catholic that I actually bit the bullet and did the RCIA classes. But it was really important to us to raise our children in the Catholic Church, and we were active participants, I would say. I wouldn't say that we were the best. We weren't the most consistent, but we were fairly active, for the first, 10 years of our marriage, and then we moved here. And immediately, we sort of came to our first Mass, and we just kind of figured it was status quo, and that we would continue having, just help where we can and kind of keep bumping along as people do in church, until a few weeks in, we got our first stewardship call. This whole concept was completely foreign. We didn't have any preconceived notions. But someone from the church office said, hey, come on by. We want to talk with you guys and go through how we work here. It's a little different. Let's discuss this. And we were like, oh, okay, well, the church calls, so we're going to go. And we were sitting in the office waiting for our meeting, and Father Drew at the time was the priest here, and he was just impassing. He was obviously in a hurry. He had a glass of iced tea in his hand, but he was on a mission going somewhere, and he walked past us, and it was like he stopped in the hallway, and he turned around, and he said, I don't know you. And so he introduced we introduced ourselves, he introduced himself, and he said, do you mind if I pray over you and your family? We want to welcome you. And it was like coming home, and it was the most genuine, not forced, action and activity just of anybody saying, hey, I want to pray for you. I want to pray for your family. And he said some really beautiful words. I don't remember exactly what it was, but my husband and I both left kind of looking at each other saying, did that really kind of hit you here? And I said, yeah, that really did. That was a big moment. And then hearing about how important the stewardship is, how important the work that we do is. Immediately, we wanted to be a part of that. We wanted to be a part of this. We wanted our kids to be a part of this, to see how being the hands and feet of God work in real time and in real life. It's something that people really, I don't know, people who go to church here understand that. I think the stewardship way of life, it is a way of life. That's exactly what it is. And we embraced it immediately. My husband joined Men's Club. I joined Altar Society, became active participants there. Our children, attending all the faith formation classes that are available to them, and then we as well. So I feel like in the last couple of years that we've been here with this community, we've built these bonds and these friendships that we were really blown away by. And when you're surrounded by others who have the same mission, who have the same purpose, who have the same calling to be the hands and feet of God. It is overwhelming, honestly. And that sense of community that you get for every minute I spend in stewardship, it's like the blessings rain.